What up? Welcome to another video. So today we have a Q&A video. We are on the road traveling right now, so don't have the normal gym content that we would normally have. So I put a Q&A on Instagram, allowed you guys to ask some questions. We have 6 to maybe 8 pretty good questions that I'm going to go through and give you guys my answers. So I think this is great content. If you're a trainer, if you're a player, if you're a business owner, or if you are just a general everyday person, some good questions for pretty much every topic. So with that said, let's get right into it. So the first question is, how did you develop your skills as a trainer? So this is something that obviously takes a lot of time. For me, I think this is primarily into 3 different categories: player development, skill acquisition, basketball, and then communication. Those are the 3 main pillars I think that every trainer needs to have. So for me, I noticed that. I basically wrote down every single category, and then I said, what can I do for this category to improve? What can I do in this category? And then what can I do over here? And then just systematically over time, continuing to develop in all 3 areas: reading books, listening to podcasts, me talking to a camera right here helps with my communication, and then actually getting experience in the field. If you do all of those 3 things correctly and you do it over time consistently, that's how I think you'll be able to improve your skills as a trainer. But I think the main thing is just understand that it's not just understanding basketball. There's way more to it than just being able to teach a drill or just demonstrate a drill and that's it, right? There's way more that goes into being a quality trainer, and it comes from all 3 of those pillars that I discussed, and then doing that and practicing it over and over and over again over a long enough time period. The next question that kind of follows up to that is best advice to people trying to get into the training business. I would say developing and understanding that, again, it's not just basketball that you're after and that you need to know, but it's everything else. And the other thing would just be consistent. There's so many trainers that I see that come in and then they come out of the field, right? They're a trainer for a week, a year, and then they're gone, right? All of the great trainers that you see have been doing this consistently. They've been consistently honing in, working on their craft for year after year after year, and they're consistently going after the same goal and not jumping from field to field. Oh, I'm gonna be a trainer this day, or I'm gonna go do this here, I'm gonna go do, right? They just stay in the same field, they practice the same exact thing, and they get really good at what they do, and they do that consistently over time. So the next question, what are your opinions on going to college? This is obviously very dependent on what you want to do for a career or just do in your life in general. If you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you pretty much have to go to college. Nothing you can really do about it. But for pretty much everything else, especially in today's world, you don't really need it. For me, I think the best way to look at it is time and money opportunity cost, right? Is your time and money better spent elsewhere? And with a lot of the way that college is going, how expensive it is, your money can be spent a lot better, especially when it comes to actually getting educated. You can go and do internships with people that are actually doing whatever it is that you want to do. You can spend money traveling, learning, doing all these kind of things. And especially in terms of your time, if you're going to go to school for 4 to 5 years, a lot of times your time can be spent in better areas, learning exactly what it is that you want to do and figuring out how to make money from that. So for most people, I honestly do not think that it is the best way to go. Obviously, again, it's very dependent, but if you look at what you really get from that degree, the trade-off that you get, a lot of times it's really not worth it. Everyone has a degree, it's not going to make you any different. A lot of times what it comes down to is who you know, not what you know. So if you can spend time and money getting to know the right people, honing in on your craft, I think you guys can get a better time and money trade-off by not going to school. But that's just my opinion. Take it all with a grain of salt and weigh it for yourself and what you want to do. So the next one is how to develop a good presence on social media. That's something I'm still trying to figure out, but I think the simplest and best answer is just consistency and continuing to get better at putting out content. How can you improve the lighting? How can you improve the audio? How can you improve the visuals? How can you improve your message? How can you improve the experience from a viewer's standpoint? All of these different things, figuring out how you can improve them, and then just doing it consistently, right? I was talking to someone, or I've been talking to many people about this, and they're like, oh, how do you grow social media presence? Number one, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. But it's like, if you look at how many times I've posted versus how many times you've posted, I've probably posted 2, 3, 4, 5 times as many videos as you have. So I've just got more practice at it, and I've got more experience putting stuff out onto social media and giving myself more opportunity to be seen. So it really just comes down to, what the fuck went out? Oh, I think, there you go. Yo, this is Alex's janky ass setup. Gotta do what we gotta do. So it really just comes down to consistency, and through that consistency, you're going to get better and continue to improve the content that you're putting out. And just make sure you're smart with how you put it out, when you put it out, and then making sure that content's actually relevant and actually is purposeful on your end, right? You can put out content that can get some likes, get some comments, but is it actually leading you to anything? Is it bringing you customers? Is it getting you more of a better reputation? Is it getting seen by the right people? All of these things are things that you should take into consideration when it comes to putting out content. So next question, book suggestions. This is one I could talk about, can make a whole video about. In fact, I actually have made an entire video about this, so we'll link it up here. Alex, that's your job. And then we'll just link some other books that I like on the screen. So if you guys want to go get those, highly recommend these books that you guys are going to see next. Next question we got is, do you tell your athletes what your drills are targeting? Oftentimes not. Implicit learning is greater than explicit learning. I've spoke about this in a couple other videos, topics, things like that. But primarily, I want my athletes to get better without them even really knowing what they're getting better at. If they're struggling, if there's something specific that we need to work on, they're oftentimes going to know, but a lot of times I'm not like, hey, we're gonna work on this stationary ball handling drill to work on your handles. That's pretty damn obvious. There's not even a point of me telling them that. And then oftentimes if I'm trying to get them better in a certain area or something that they might not even notice, I don't wanna make it known to them what we're working on. I don't want them to be explicitly thinking about this as they're trying to go about doing this drill, right? Implicit learning better than explicit learning. So that's pretty much the reason why I don't tell them. Oftentimes there's situations where I might need to, or where they just kind of know on their own, but I'm usually not, hey, we're gonna do this drill to work on this. We're gonna do this drill to work on that. It's pretty much just a games-based approach or something that's just fun and engaging, and they don't even feel like they're working on anything. That's oftentimes why I don't tell them, so it just becomes more fun as opposed to actually strict training. Last question, which is a really good one, is any challenges or adversities you attribute to your success? I wouldn't say there's like one. I would say there's a bunch of like small ones that over time have kind of led me to feel like whatever it is that I need to do, I can find a way to do it. So that's really where my confidence comes from as a business person, as a trainer, whatever it may be, is especially leaving school is and not having a degree to fall back on in the safety net. I feel like no matter what it is that I do, because of my past or whatever, all these little adversities, bumps in the roads that I've gotten over, I just feel confident in my ability to adapt, figure it out, and do whatever it is that I need to do, whether that's in the financial space, the training space, the personal space. I just feel confident in my ability to figure it out. So it doesn't matter what the situation that's thrown at me, COVID as a trainer, having a gym and then COVID coming up, right? All of these different little things I'm not worried about because I just know that I'm confident in no matter what is thrown at me, I can figure it out in some way, shape, or another. I can adjust my business. I can get in contact with these people if I need to. I can shift my business model in this manner. It doesn't really matter the situation. I'm confident in my ability, which allows me to do what I need to do to be successful, I guess you could say. So that's a quick Q&A. Well, if you guys like this, we'll do another one soon. These are just some basic questions, some really good ones, some different topics, things like that. So I think it was good. If you guys liked it, if you have more questions, drop them below in the comment section. I'll answer whatever question you guys drop. So I definitely appreciate it. Appreciate you guys checking out this content. I know it's not the normal videos that we drop, but we'll be back to those soon, obviously. So appreciate you guys for watching. If you can, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So appreciate it. See you guys soon.